Welcome back, friends and family. We're gonna go get some body work done today. Guys, tomorrow marks 4 weeks. 4 that we have been in prep, which is crazy because time is just flying by. So we're gonna go to Dr. Carl. I'm excited for you guys to meet him. I'll see you there. Hi, welcome. We are here. We're getting some body work done today. I'm with Dr. Carl.
Hey everyone.
Who is my weekly tune-up guy. He's the best ever. We are just gonna get myself adjusted today. He's gonna dig into some of these little aggravated points that I have right now, which elbow,
adductor, shoulder, neck, shoulder, knees, and toes. A little bit of everything.
I will say, the neck's been kicking ass.
Okay.
Shoulder decides...
That was a chronic thing for a long time, right?
Yeah, it was. The shoulder decides to act up when it wants to. Ugh.
How was the stim on the elbow last week?
Really good.
Okay, so we'll go back to the stim on the elbow and then
Yes.
on the adductor.
Yep.
So we're going to put stim on her elbow, her left elbow, and her left adductor, which is the adductor is a muscle on your inner thigh that when it's tight, it can cause pain behind the knee, in the lower back, or limit motions in squats. So we're trying to loosen that up so that she can go and train hard with decreased chance of injuring her lower back, which is something that she's dealt with on and off. Some low back, her low back goes in and out, we'll say, lack of a better way to say it. So we're trying to prevent that so she can get through her prep and get on the stage in the best shape possible.
Yeah, like recently when I was making the bed and then I put the pillow on the bed and my back went out. And then I was like, Dr. Carl, help me.
So the stim is there to kind of flush out the muscle a little bit, kind of ramp it up, get it to fire up, break up muscle adhesions, muscle tightnesses throughout the elbow and the adductor. Those are the elbow and the adductor, yeah. So those are the main spots that she is complaining of, so we'll attack that. But on top of, to treat the elbow, we're going to treat the shoulder, because if the shoulder's tight, she'll end up overusing her elbow, causing pain syndromes.
It's your signature move right there.
It is.
So this is a stim machine, so we're going to bring up the intensity first on the elbow, then on the leg, and Francesca's going to stop us when it feels strong enough. So what it's doing is flushing the muscle of nonsense that could cause pain or tightness. Kind of trying to start getting rid of muscle knots or lactic acid or things that can cause problems. If you watch her hand will eventually probably turn into a little bit of a claw.
It is. Good.
Too much?
One down. It feels good. That's 1. 2, it just feels like little mini vibrations into the area, and you can definitely, well, at points, like if it were to go like 1 or 2 notches higher, your hand starts to become like, last time I was too aggressive, but I was like, Dr. Carl, can we lower this?
So basically the machine is taking the brain out of the equation. So when muscles get overworked, one big muscle is a bunch of fibers. And when the fibers are supposed to contract to make, say, do a bicep curl, your bicep muscle bends on itself. When you overwork it too much, these series of fibers, you'll get areas that are stuck and areas that are overworked. So the overworked ones put tension on the tendon combined with the tightness. So what's going on is, considering the stuck part, she can't contract or put through a range of motion. The machine is forcing it to vibrate, loosen up, and contract. All right, so we'll just for 15 minutes.
Thank you.
And we'll be back. Be right.
Now we're literally just laying here for like 15 minutes.
And this is
so. I apologize for sweating.
Jessica, how are you feeling?
Hot.
Hot?
Sweaty.
Hot and sweaty?
Hot and sweaty.
Not in a good way. Yeah, so what we're doing is we're scanning through some hamstring and some adductor muscle, right? The adductors are your muscles of your inner thigh, and we're trying to look for areas of tightness, and when we find the areas of tightness, we kind of beat it up to loosen it up. Eventually we'll pin and stretch the muscle, so I'll find areas of tightness and I'll put them through ranges of motion to kind of break up adhesions or muscle tightnesses so that she has better, safer range of motion.
I will say, actually, last week or whenever I had my split lunges, I took away the deficit that normally I'm supposed to have, like a plate under my front foot. And if I felt it, but there was so much less pain this week. So that was nice. That was really good.
Workout without pain.
I don't
Or
know.
the workout should hurt you, not your body shouldn't hurt during the workout.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have a wide lens for her calves?
What's that?
Damn it!
What?
Did you hear that? Did you get that on clip?
Yeah. I heard wide lens for
Do you have
kids.
or a wide lens for her calves? Her
Oh,
calves. Her
calves. Yeah,
not
those are
kids.
massive.
He was giving
those
a
things.
compliment. Yeah, when I was in my growth phase, my calves were so inflamed that they were like triple the size. Crazy. It doesn't not hurt. It doesn't feel great.
I know you're gonna do that. I know you too well now. I just know when you're gonna do that.
Exactly. I will say, I think it's also important to know that, like, as an advanced lifter or an advanced competitor, and I feel like Dr. Carl, you'd be able to agree with me here, best case scenario, you don't ever have an issue, you don't ever have any kind of like nagging pre-existing injuries, whatever the case is. But I think it's safe to say, like, you're always gonna maybe deal with a little bit of something. So
You're never gonna come out of sport unscathed
yes,
if you're competitive.
exactly.
So any competitive athlete is going to face something. And the question is, do you intervene after it happens, or do you try to intervene before it occurs?
Exactly.
Francesca's trying to intervene before it occurs. So she comes regularly, even when she's not, let's say, dying in need.
Yeah. So that's been a huge, huge thing. Like, my downfall in my past was that I would just get to a point of eventually reaching like complete misery, and I would be in so much pain and have these like they were straight up injuries at a point. And then I would put myself back so many months, and
We're trying to keep it that she has no gaps in training, that she doesn't need to shut it down because her back is out. She doesn't need to skip exercises because her shoulder hurts or her back hurts and stuff like that. And it's not necessarily that she's injured, more that she's overworked. And when the overworked, and that's part of just training competitively, that when she's overworked, her capacity to handle that fails and she injures herself, which then turns into not being able to deadlift, not being able to squat, not being able to press overhead. And that's not where we need, because every day that she can't do something that she needs or is programmed for her is a day that she's losing potential. Does that sound about right?
that sounds perfect. I was like, damn,
Pretty smart.
you nailed that. It's so crazy though. Remember when my back was so bad that I literally I couldn't even back squat. I couldn't deadlift.
You weren't
I
doing much
couldn't-
of anything.
Yeah, I couldn't
Right.
really hinge.
And that was in your first prep, wasn't it?
Yep. It was so bad. It was affecting my posing. Oh, it was horrible.
I wonder if some of that manifested because of the stress of it being your first.
I'm sure.
Just like being tense about everything.
Yep,
And like the pressure I know you put on yourself.
definitely.
Body-mind connection.
So true. Nice. Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this: when
Sure.
you go
Yes,
to the
me or
chiropractor,
her?
you.
Yeah.
When you go to the chiropractor, like when you do,
Yeah.
when you like crack people's backs, do you
Yeah.
think that it's bad on the joints, or do you think it's just the gas sound releasing?
That's a loaded question,
Yeah, I
my
know.
friend. So the adjustment itself is gas releasing, so you're correct on that. The difference between, say, going to a chiropractor and getting your neck adjusted and sitting at home and cracking your own neck, I think that's where the difference is, right? So a chiropractor is targeting the adjustment of a point of restriction, meaning if you have a segment, say a section of your back with 5 vertebrae and 2 of them are stuck and not moving well, the chiropractor can feel that and restore motion to that area. When you sit home, and I've had patients come in and they actually give themselves whiplash because they whip their head to the side and they can crack their neck. That you can actually, because you're not moving areas of restriction, you're making areas that move more, that's when you can cause damage to the joint space. But on the same note, you'd have to do that a lot to actually, I think you do more damage to the soft tissue around it by not having, but just brute force than actually damaging bone or joints or capsules. You could strain the capsule a little bit of the joint. Did we miss the middle one?
Because
do that one twice.
Because my finger was out. I don't remember.
So we're using the table to decompress the lower back. Then we're going to move to the middle back and the neck. What we're doing is I'm taking contact on each level or each vertebrae of the lower back and moving the table to open up the joint space, rehydrate the discs, give the nerves a healthier amount of room so that there's no pain down the lower extremity. The table moves here the opposite direction, so I'm applying force towards her head, and the table is moving towards her feet, which kind of decompresses a compressed spine, or opens it all up.
It makes me feel like I'm going to walk out of here 2 inches taller. That's what it feels like. And now it's shrinking me back to 5'3".
There you go.
Gotcha.
Deep breath. All the way out. I'm going to come up on your side, facing away from me.
Goodness gracious.
You have a little thumbs up counter in the bottom of the video.
I'm 100% gonna do that now.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
Let's see what your
Straight
subscribe
this
side
leg.
is at the bottom.
Bend this leg, straighten this one. There you go. Scoot down a little bit for me. Let's go.
This is the not so fun part because this is the most aggravating part of my body right now. Was it last time when you cracked your knuckle on me?
Yeah, when your adductor broke my thumb.
It did not feel good. The cracked knuckle was fine. Adductor didn't feel so good.
Fuck your hands.
Yeah, exactly. Oh. Was it yesterday I trained? Yeah.
Upper body.
Well,
2 exercises a week.
literally, exactly. So I have cable pull downs, and then I have row, isolateral row. And isn't it isolateral row? Oh, I can't think right now. But I know when I wake up that I actually like use my lats once in a while because I wake up. Have you noticed the watch is back on the ankle?
I did, but I didn't want to. I was gonna say, I was like, oh. Get back in step prison.
We're back in prep when the ankle is around. The watch is around the ankle. Step prison. Make it all count. Oh my god. Is those?
They pop.
Oh my god, they pop significantly.
Come on, this way.
Oh my god. Goodness gracious. I was right the first time.
Or should have won when you first answered.
Ugh. Yay. Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh, I feel like I need to jump into a pool.
Take your time, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right, so we're heading back home. We just saw Dr. Carl. I feel good. Yeah, I don't have much else to say than that. But again, I think I mentioned this before, that I cannot believe tomorrow marks week 4 of my prep. It's just so crazy how fast time flies. So again, I remember feeling this way in the beginning, but the reverse, where, meaning last prep, I was a month in and I remember thinking, oh my gosh, I have so much more time to go. And after that whole experience was over, I realized how fast it really went by. So this time around, a month in, I'm like, oh my gosh, we already completed 1 month. Like, that's just insane. So perspective has changed big time there for me, which makes me work harder. It makes me want to enjoy this entire process that much more. But yeah, so again, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.